Hey guys, Buffett Game back today bringing another video, and today we are going over the Season 3 information. The trailer dropped, we'll be playing that a little bit in the background as well, so hopefully some gameplay. And we'll go through the blog post here, as well as detailing kind of the top things here. There's a lot to go through, so I'll link the blog post down below. We also have membership options are available, as well as merchandise. All that is linked down below, but the blog post, if you want to go through everything, because I won't be able to get through all of it here because there is a lot. This is a pretty packed season for sure. So let's go ahead and we'll get into it here. So first up for this, again, it's a large season. Seems to be Coney group themed with Makarov and some operators from the Coney group for the key art here for the season. So the key features here right off the bat are MWIII Island is obviously returning. We have 6v6 maps coming this season. New zombie stories, 4 new weapons, 8 aftermarket parts, and then you have bundles for Snoop Dogg, Cheech and Chong, Godzilla X Kong, which the movie's coming out this Friday, and more. So go ahead and get into it here, and I'll try to leave timestamps down below. Starting with the 6v6 maps, this was a big thing. I know it was an issue for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 with the lack of maps, as well as this game here, with all of the remastered maps coming in, so the lack of 6v6 content for the maps. So we have 6 of them in this season, 4 coming at launch for the season. So the first map here that we'll get at launch is going to be called 6 Star. So this is going to be one of the core maps here at launch called 6 Star. It appears to be kind of a I don't even know how to describe it, but it is a really nice looking map. It's a resort type map in Dubai, atop one of the skyscrapers. So that's how they define this map. Good 6v6 map. The layout looks really good and interesting. So again, 6 Star is what it's called, on top of a skyscraper luxury resort in Dubai. So that'll be pretty cool if you're a 6v6 player. Next up, we have Emergency. So this will be another 6v6 map at launch. It looks a lot like High Rise at first glance, but it is not High Rise. It is different. So this is taking place in a Arizonian medical facility. So nestled in the summit of a remote mountain range. Again, 6v6 map. You have kind of a burning helicopter on a launch pad there, or a helipad. And it looks like a good mix of indoor close combat as well as outdoor. Next up, you have Grow House. So this is another 6v6. Now, I believe this is the returning map from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. If I'm remembering correctly, it may be renamed. I don't remember, but it appears to be the same map. I could be wrong. Yeah, so first released, I believe, as Spear during Season 3 of Call of Duty Vanguard. So it's a Vanguard map. The layout of the map is compact, and I'm not sure if they made many changes. Obviously, they updated the vehicles, things like that, but it is that Vanguard map, so I do remember this. Now, this was a good map for 6v6, so again, kind of coming back, being reimagined as a more modern-esque type map, should be pretty good. So, Grow House, that'll be another one in the 4th launch map that you'll get for 6v6, is called Tank. So this is taking place in an aquarium. You get a little bit of a mix of indoor and outdoor. Again, I believe this is part of the, one of those, it's a repurposed map from the Vondel Zoo. So that's what it is the tanked part of Vondel Zoo. So obviously it's not a 1-for-1. I think they're going to make a good amount of changes. But again, that should be pretty good, I think, for a 6v6 map. Then the 2 that are coming post-launch are going to be Checkpoint. So this is going to be mid-season. This, again, is a 6v6 map. And this takes place, get a taste of MWIII Island in multiplayer later in Season 3 with the eastern port of interest known as Stronghold. So that Stronghold area, probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite area to land in MWIII Island, will be a 6v6 map. So I think that's really good. I love fighting in that area. Definitely a lot of hot drops there, so that'll be nice. And then you have Grime. Grime looks like a nice urban combat map. Again, 6v6 coming mid-season. It's graffitied walls, navigate piles of rubbish, and brave the decrepit London Canal. So it takes place in London, not Piccadilly, but again, it does look like a good kind of like barren, war-torn part of London. So this should be a good map for sure coming up here in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 3. Get 4 6v6 maps at launch and 2 mid-season. Next up, you're going to get 4 different game modes arriving here for multiplayer. So there's a lot of multiplayer content. There's a lot of content overall, but the 4 game modes here coming at launch are going to be Capture the Flag. So everyone knows Capture the Flag. That's going to be making a return here at launch of Modern Warfare 3 Season 3. You're also going to be getting within the launch window, so not at launch, but within the first week or so probably. One in the Chamber, again, making a return, so you'll get that. And then mid-season, you're going to get Minefield. So Minefield is the same way Season 2's Horde Point was. Horde Point was with zombies, so think of Minefield as multiplayer, but with mines. So that'll be an interesting mode. Definitely probably be a fun mode just to play when you have nothing better to do. And then you'll get Escort for the mid-season. So Escort should be a good mode. We've seen this mode kind of repurposed across different Call of Duties. So this will be a nice one. Limited time mode. Same as Payload from the previous one. So this will be a good one. Escorting the what looks like the drone, the mobile drone, whatever that thing is called. You're gonna be escorting that from point A to point B and trying to protect it. So that'll be good. Next up, moving on to weapons. So we get 4 new weapons here. First off, you're going to be getting the FJX Horus. So this is going to be a submachine gun pistol. I think it's going to be classified as a pistol category or a submachine gun. Not really sure. We'll have to wait and see. I think in the past Call of Duties, it's been in the pistol category, if I remember correctly. So this is the Ruger and Thumb MP9. So this is chambered at 9x19 Parabellum. If I'm remembering correctly, very fast rate of fire. I believe it's around 900 to 1100 rounds per minute for the MP9. But again, this is primarily used, one of the favorites by the FSB. So this will be a really good submachine gun, or machine pistol is really what it's classified as in real life. So this will be a nice one. This will be available at launch in the Battle Pass Sector 8. So the gunsmith for that should be really nice. Again, Ruger and Thumb MP9 making an appearance. Next up at launch is going to be the Morse sniper rifle. So this is it's going to be in the sniper category, but it's I think this is a fictional weapon. It is classified as a single load railgun that delivers high damage payload with excellent velocity and penetration. So it's kind of firing not really a projectile, but a pulse or something. We'll have to wait and see how that actually operates. But again, that'll be available in the Battle Pass at launch. So those are your 2 at-launch weapons. The primary weapons, you get a melee weapon called the Gladiator. This is a different knife, again, available in the Battle Pass. And then mid-season, I think this will be probably part of a challenge. Most likely, you'll be getting the MWIII 27. So this will be returning from Advanced Warfare, I believe, is when it first was introduced. It could have been in Black Ops 3 as well. I don't remember. But again, the MWIII 27, it's a fictional weapon, kind of a mix between an F2000 and a P90. It is a bullpup weapon, so it will operate the same as it did in Advanced Warfare, where the first 4 shots will be medium rate of fire, and then after that, it'll rapidly increase the rate of fire by holding down the trigger. So that'll be available. Now, you will have the gunsmithing for this, so we'll have to wait and see what kind of conversions, aftermarket parts will be available for this. Again, it is a very interesting bullpup weapon, so again, a mix of a P90 and a F2000 and the increased rate of fire. So they're doing a lot of these hold down the trigger, increased rate of fire type stuff. This makes sense coming in from previous games. Next up, those are the 4 weapons. So next up, I wanted to look at the aftermarket parts. There's a good amount of aftermarket parts here. There's going to be 8 available within the season. So you're going to be getting, first up, the original Modern Warfare 2 Model 870s will be making a return as the aftermarket part. So I don't really know how I feel about that. We'll have to wait and see. I played through that in its prime. I was in, I believe, a sophomore in college when the original Modern Warfare 2 was out. So playing through that, it was what it was. But at least they can patch things after the fact now. But that'll be pretty cool to see for sure. At least a little bit of nostalgia and just getting completely one-tapped, which we should all be used to by now for the past couple Call of Duties. So no big deal there. You're going to get a bunch of other ones here, which we'll go through here. You're going to be getting the Jock Cutthroat, available for a weekly challenge. So this is interesting because the description doesn't really match what it is, I guess. The Jack Cutthroat says it's available for the M4, but then the description says it's a 3D printed stock, which provides unrivaled combination of speed and stability while aiming down sights. So, but you do get the one image it shows here is an M4 with an aftermarket part conversion to what appears to be the 50 cal Beowulf. So the 50 cal Beowulf conversion is what I think this is. We'll have to wait and see if that's what I'm seeing. So the 50 cal Beowulf is a CQ, kind of like an Ash 12. Essentially, it's a CQ close quarters 50 caliber round to essentially put targets down in urban environments. So 50 cal Beowulf conversion for the M4. That is a real life thing. That'll be pretty cool. You have the Jock Revenger kit. This will be available for the F2000 or the BP50. This will be a 9x19 Parabellum conversion for that weapon, turning it into a submachine gun, which is kind of weird considering you already have the P90, but I digress. You have the Jack Jawbreaker. This will be for the KV broadside. So the good thing is here they're going back and doing Modern Warfare 2 weapons, which is nice. So the KV broadside is that Saga 12 shotgun from Modern Warfare 2. This will be able to be converted to a battle rifle, which will be fully automatic. So that'll be pretty cool because I do like the attachments, the barrels, the handguards, and the stocks for that weapon. I really like, so we'll have to wait and see what they're doing for this. I'm not going to say what it is until I can actually see what it looks like. They don't provide an image here. But again, turning that into a battle rifle will be pretty weird and cool. I'm all for it. Next up, you have the Jack Shadow Titan kit. So this will be available for the Mark 9 Bruin or the M249 Saw. This will be able to allow you to turn it from a 5.56 by 45mm NATO light machine gun into a 300 Blackout with an integrally suppressed barrel. So first off, that just reminds me, basically it looks like the Machine Gun Armory, I believe is the company, Machine Gun Armament or Armory. They have a smaller version, a lightweight version of the Saw, and it's also available in 300 Blackout. So this is one of the conversions or aftermarket parts I had on my wish list originally. We'll have to wait and see how this works, if it will be belt fed or magazine loaded. The image it shows is magazine loaded. So we'll have to wait and see, but again, that should be pretty fun. You have the Jack Patriot available for the M16, which will convert it to fully automatic with a heavier barrel for better aiming stability and recoil. You also have the Lockwood Mark II. This will be a conversion to turn it into the Model 870, so that Mark II will be the 870 conversion. You have the Jack Atlas kit, which will be available for the AMR 9 to turn it into a 5-round burst, chambered in 5.56. So that'll be pretty crazy and outlandish, but let's go for it. And then we have the Photonic Charge Barrel. This is going to be for the Morse sniper rifle. So for this one, by holding the trigger, charges the rifle and increases the fires as a single high-power projectile. So that'll be for that new sniper rifle, which is a pulse railgun. So that's pretty much the bulk of it. We have the Godzilla X Kong, Snoop Dogg. There's some cool-looking Coney skins in the trailer, but again, we'll have to wait and see what everything looks like when it drops. Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, memberships are available. We have merchandise. I have a new shirt which should be available over the weekend, most likely. I'll announce that in a video over the weekend for that. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be having a lot of good content coming up. I'm kind of biding my time here as we have Delta Force Hawk Ops coming down the pipeline here soon. We should have hands on that within the next couple months. So that'll be a big, I think, highlight of the channel moving forward for sure. So if you guys are into that, we'll be doing a lot of extraction shooters with that. And obviously covering the new Call of Duties as they come out as well, because Gulf War looks pretty cool. So if you're enjoying the content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, this is Buffering Gaming with Modern Warfare 3 Season 3. Till next time, Buffering Gaming, out.